Hey everybody, this is the Esoteric Cross. I make videos about how to gain your personal power while learning ancient secrets, and if that sounds like something that you're into, please hit the like button and subscribe and gain insight from this perspective in the cosmos. I want to make an announcement that my website is live and you can book a tarot reading with me as well as coaching on ceremonial magic through the site. I have more exciting things in the works that I'll be adding to it soon, so be sure to check out the link in the description below. In this video, I wanted to talk about a topic that may be interesting to a lot of people. This is about the AllSeeing Eye. I can definitely tell that there's a ton of misconceptions about the symbol, and people can get pretty weird about it. This symbol kind of encodes a few different meanings, and it is really unfortunate that this symbol has become something that many people think of as evil or dark. To begin explaining this, we need to talk about the eye and what an eye represents. A lot of people say that the eye is the window to the soul. If you think really deeply about this, then you come to the understanding that the eye is the window to your consciousness. The eye is representing the perception and awareness. Awareness is what we truly are at the end of the day. We are not the body, the experiences, the pain, the joy, the emotions, the thoughts. We are just the observer of all of these things. These things are just aspects of the part that we play within this movie. So we observe other people in this reality. We also observe ourselves. This is because at the end of the day, we aren't really what we think of as ourselves. This eye represents observation. It can be the representation of being the awareness and the observer of the self. Also, when you get to experience being the observer of self, everything else kind of dissipates and you live fully in the moment. This is where life is truly happening, and this is where you find your true power. This is a part of the reason why the symbol is placed in places where it is representing power. Let's think about what consciousness is for a minute. It's not something that's physical. We do have a brain which is like a tool for our awareness. It gives us the ability to think and process information within the body. But where are your thoughts? Where are your emotions? Can you touch them? Can you fully see and experience them? We can't experience every single thought and emotion at its fullest because these things are always fleeting. The mind is always moving on to the next thing. We can't touch these things because they're not three-dimensional, and therefore they are not in the same dimension that our body is in. You are a multi-dimensional being. The eyes, being the window of consciousness, are actually portals between the external world and your consciousness. Some of these portals that we have can be called chakras, but the truth is that these portals are all over the body. The eyes are physical and psychic portals. They are tools to give us information about what is going on in the third dimension, so that way our mind and spirit can make sense of it while those are off in another dimension. The bottom line here is that our physical eyes are tools for our consciousness to experience the world, just as our other senses are. The reason that we put so much emphasis on the eye within the symbol is because the eye is representing the observer and the awareness. Let's take it back a bit to ancient Egypt while we talk about the Eye of Horus. This was a symbol that was claimed to have possessed magical qualities associated with power and protection. Some texts use the Eye of Ra and the Eye of Horus interchangeably, but some Egyptologists argue that these are two separate eyes. The Eye of Ra representing the sun and the Eye of Horus representing the moon. We can also compare this to the Kabbalistic tree of life and also compare this to our brain. The sun is considered masculine energy and the moon is feminine energy. We contain both, and the hemispheres of our brain represents this. Our left brain is very masculine and analytical and logical, and our right brain is very feminine, artistic, and feeling-based. Then we also have the corpus callosum, which is the bridge that connects both hemispheres of the brain and carries information back and forth. When we examine the Kabbalistic tree of life, we have a feminine pillar and a masculine pillar. One is more focused on the internal qualities, and one is focused more on the external qualities. And then we have this middle pillar of balance between the two. When it comes to these eyes that represents the masculine and feminine principles, we can also think of the middle ground being the third eye, the holy union. And this third eye is placed in the center of a triangle, which of course is a shape that represents the three connections. I hope that this makes sense what this is truly about. This is all about the connection between the internal and the external, and the application of balance and understanding of it all. Another way we can explain the symbolism of the all-seeing eye is by going a little bit more into sacred geometry. There's this symbol which contains something called the Vesica Pisces at the center of it, and it looks like a Venn diagram. This is showing two circles that are overlapping each other. It's a simple geometrical construct that doesn't seem like it has a big story to tell at first glance. But the more that you uncover the deeper truths of the Vesica Pisces, the more clear the story is. The circle represents spirit in sacred geometry. If we go all the way back to the beginning of awareness, in the beginning of consciousness, there is just one being. The universe, or God consciousness, creates reality and throws itself into the reality to live as it. This diagram is a representation of this one consciousness replicating itself, and then they end up overlapping each other. Each circle here is identical. One is made in the same likeness as the other. Where the two overlap is the area called the Vesica Pisces. This center represents divine light. This is the union between masculine and feminine, or the union of divinity and material, or the union of God and man, the union of internal and external. This is the representation of the all-seeing eye, the eye of Horus, and the eye of God. This even takes the shape of an eye. This is also suggesting that when you look at other people, you can see that their awareness is the same as yours. They may have a different perspective, a different personality, and a different body. But as we discussed earlier, those things aren't really who we are. The underlying awareness in that person is the same as yours and the same as all awareness in the universe. This is a shared reality. And the symbolism of this geometric shape, as well as the all-seeing eye, is there to trigger the subconscious memory that we're all connected within this shared reality, and there's no real difference between us. Any difference is an illusion created by ego. The suggestion that the symbol gives is also what makes it very powerful. Because you are connected to all, this means that you not only have influence over yourself, but you also have influence on every person. And you especially have influence over everyone when you learn more about these esoteric philosophies and when you learn how to perform magic. The goal is to strengthen the self and connect back with divinity, but of course this information can be used in all kinds of different ways. It could be used to stray further from divinity. Symbolism can be used to suggest things to other people's subconscious minds for influence, and this could be a good thing or a bad thing. It works because even though the person may not consciously be aware of the meaning of the symbolism, their subconscious mind recognizes the geometry, the frequency, and suggestions and will respond accordingly. I make these videos to help you become more aware of how this works. And once you're able to decode symbolism and you're able to program your mind in the way that you see fit, then you have started to gain power over yourself and your mind. If you're just starting out your journey in magic, I have a program that's designed to help guide you through the 4 elements, which is the first step of the journey. Also, if there's something specific that you need guidance on within your magical journey, feel free to set up a session with me. Check out the link in the description below for more information, as well as to where you can book a tarot reading with me. If you want access to exclusive content and live streams, the link to my Patreon is also in the description. And I hope there was something new that you were able to take away from this video. If so, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe for more content. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time.